interested in moving and we want you to know we put a special package together just for you. What I want you to do is go to revivaltoday.com/moving. Fill out that form, and then once we get that form, we'll send you a special package that's full of resources to help you get to know Pittsburgh. We're so excited. We know you are so excited, and we can't wait to see you at Revival Today Church.
Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as Adalis and I are here to announce our next big move, biggest move we've ever made for Revival Today. Behind me is a building that will look nothing like it looks right now when we finish. We're on just under 5 acres of property that we've just finished purchasing, which is going to give us the ability to have a state-of-the-art studio. And in that studio, something I've wanted to have for a long time, which is a live studio audience. It's going to be a 500-seat building when we finish with it that'll give us the ability to touch the world with our broadcasts. This facility is going to give me the ability to do what I've really missed, which is having you in the audience to minister to personally. Obviously, you can't beat the reach of digital media. We touch the whole world every day, but we have the ability now with this to lay hands on people, pray for people that are sick, a place where you can bring people that are drug addicted, demonized, and really give them the ministry that you can't get on YouTube and Facebook. I can't wait. And then beyond that, we're going to announce the launch of Revival Today Church. We're going to hold Holy Ghost church services every Sunday morning. I'll be there most Sunday mornings. This isn't going to be like some little side project. We're going to give you and your family a place you can go that's a soul-winning church that values the presence of God, where you can get prayed for and ministered to, where there's not a critical race theory lecture or a mass and social distancing 10 minutes of no talking to anybody in the lobby. None of that. We're going to have a place where you're free and where you're free to experience the presence of God.
I'm incredibly excited because I know a lot of you have been asking about different meetings and events that we couldn't have during COVID, and trust me, we tried so hard. So this really frees us up to do everything that we want to do with healing meetings and women's conferences. So I am so looking forward to seeing you and having you be a part of this.
So I want to give you a twofold call to action. Number one, if your church turned in to a liberal nightmare in 2020 and you need a place to go, I would be happy to have you at our church. Number two, if you are a partner or a friend of our ministry, Revival Today, this is the biggest move by far we've ever made. By the time we finish remodeling that building, the acquiring of the property, you're looking at a couple of M's. So if you would stand with us now, I'll say thank you ahead of time. Pray and ask the Holy Ghost what He would have you to do. You've been so generous, and I thank you ahead of time for your extreme generosity. I know I speak on behalf of my wife, everybody here at Revival Today, when I say we love you very much. And now I can say I look forward to seeing you face to face here at the new home of Revival Today.
Hey. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Check the Market. Lyric, Mike, Ninja Buddha, D&D Investments from Portland, Oregon. Welcome this morning. Sandra, good morning to you. Rebecca from Canada, good morning. Welcome everybody to a new episode of Check the Market. Crypto market is down approximately 1.61% according to Coinbase. April, you're just in our neck of the woods, Newport, New Hampshire. Brian, good morning to you. How's everyone doing? How was everybody's weekend? Had an appointment yesterday morning, so I couldn't make it. But we're back today, and it looks like futures are pointing up. Just slightly. The Dow Jones stocks trying to snap a 3-day losing streak. Good morning, Robbie, Rosario, Stacy, Corey from Cincinnati. Just waiting for the market to open here in a couple of minutes before we get into it. Coinbase got hacked. We'll go over that here in a little bit. Good morning, Rosario, Samuel, Joy. Just a couple more seconds before the market gets open. New crypto up 1,000% today. It seems like every single day they're coming out with new cryptocurrencies based on some dog that Elon Musk owns. You know who isn't on a 3-day losing streak? Nancy Pelosi, that is right. Jake Lukens, good morning. Stacy. Nancy Pelosi hasn't been on a losing streak since 1978. I think that's when she first got elected to Congress, right? 76, 78, somewhere around there. Markets are open and they're positive. So good news. Maybe they'll snap their losing streak today. Yeah! Do I do any mining? That's a good question. I have tried mining before with this very laptop that you see sitting on my desk here. And I downloaded the mining software, and then I had to become part of some sort of mining group. So I got all of that set up. It took me a while to get it all set up. And my computer heated up. I mean, it got hot. Within like 3 minutes, it was overheating. And so I had to remove everything. So no, I don't do any mining. I would have to get like those ASIC miners. I think you can buy them on Amazon. Ashley, Coinbase looks good. That's good. Sean from Zambia, welcome. Robert from Fort Worth, Texas. And Tiffany from Georgia. Yeah, I couldn't make it yesterday. But we're back today, so let's get right into it. Markets are up slightly. We'll see if they can snap their losing streak today. But let's get into it, see what's going on. First article. Indian stock market poised to become the world's 5th largest. So we've talked about India before. They are making strides, overtaking the UK stock market. Let's see the article. Indian equity market is poised to overtake the United Kingdom's in terms of overall value to become the 5th largest market in the world. India's market capitalization has increased 36% this year, fueled mainly by retail investors and record low interest rates, meaning its market capitalization currently stands at 3.46 trillion. According to a report by Bloomberg, the UK's equity market, on the other hand, saw an increase of about 9%, resulting in a capitalization of 3.59 trillion. Though this gap is considerably larger if secondary listings and depository receipts are factored in. Let's wait till the thing spins around. While the two markets are zeroing in on the size, India is more associated with its blossoming technology sector, and growth potential outweighs that of the UK's, given that the latter struggles with Brexit, Bloomberg noted. Continue. In fact, Silicon Valley's tech giants have been flocking to the Indian economy, with Amazon pledging $1 billion, Facebook investing $5.7 billion, in local telecom giant Jio Platforms, and Google committing a $10 billion investment to be made over the course of 5 to 7 years. Bloomberg report notes that India is set to benefit from the recent indifferent sentiment directed towards Chinese equities. India is seen as an attractive domestic stock market with good longer-term growth potential from an immature economy, and a stable and reformist political base is helpful in realizing its potential. So India's Sensex has gained over 130% since its low in the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic in March 2020. So India is looking more and more attractive in terms of investments. I'm going to be looking at India. I have been looking at some companies there. I haven't found anything that I would be interested in at this point. A lot of Indian companies end up moving their headquarters overseas at some point. But we'll see if that changes here within the next couple of years as money flows out of China and into India possibly. James Tambule. No such thing as 1,000%. Well, you'd be surprised. Jake Lucan said ticker symbol IMAQ. Nancy Pelosi invested $30K yesterday, less than $10. Take a look at it. IMAQ. Nancy Pelosi does not lose. She is the queen of stock market trading. Let's take a look. IMAQ. TD Ameritrade logged me out. Oh, that's a SPAC. I'll have to take a look, see what that's all about. IMAQ. It doesn't look like it's merged with anything yet. So we'll take a look at that. Continue. Chip maker ASML, which was on our list of stocks to research, will grow into a $500 billion business next year, tech investors predict. So that's good news for ASML. Let's see the article. ASML, a Dutch firm that makes high-tech machines used in semiconductor manufacturing, will see its market value climb from $302 billion to more than $500 billion next year, according to two tech investors. Nathan Beniak, founder and general partner of boutique venture capitalist firm Air Street Capital, and Ian Hogarth, who sold his AI startup Songkick to Warner Music Group, wrote in their annual State of AI report Tuesday that Europe's largest tech company is the little-known linchpin in the global semiconductor industry. Founded in 1984, ASML provides chipmakers with essential hardware, software, and services to mass-produce patterns on silicon using a method called lithography. It's the only company in the world offering extreme ultraviolet lithography machines that the likes of TSMC need to make the smallest and most sophisticated chips. Each EUV machine has over 100,000 parts and costs $150 million. They're shipped in 40 freight containers or 4 jumbo jets. Wow, that's crazy. Continue. Several chip companies have seen their stock prices soar after the coronavirus pandemic led to a global shortage, but ASML's share price still has some room to grow. He said ASML market cap isn't on the same scale as the likes of Nvidia or TSMC because it's in Europe, where the market values high-tech firms slightly lower, and because its technology is more behind the scenes. Nvidia is currently valued at $521 billion, while TSMC is valued at $533 billion. As people look for alpha when investing in this trend of semiconductors being more and more critical to global supply chains, this ASML feels like it's an obvious candidate. So there you have ASML looking good. Continue. Yeah, let's see the, so Coinbase users slam crypto companies' phone support following hacks. So there was some hacks on Coinbase. Let's see the video.
As investing in cryptocurrency has skyrocketed, so have major problems in keeping those investments safe. This was something that Becky was alluding to in the last segment. Customers of Coinbase, the country's largest crypto platform, are angry with the company's customer support, which is supposed to provide help, but has just led to more frustration. Here's Eamon Javers with a CNBC investigation crypto nightmare.
I was kind of like panicked, to tell you the truth.
Eric and Molly Richardson say they saved nearly $1.1 million worth of cryptocurrency in a Coinbase account. But then in July, Eric got an alert on his phone. The message said someone had logged onto their account. Eric clicked on the text, logged in, and soon received an email that their two-factor authentication, which verifies security settings, had been changed.
He was like in a state of shock, so I tried to help him. I tried to stay calm, and I, looked up Coinbase online, trying to figure out how to get a hold of their customer service.
Like thousands of other Coinbase customers, the Richardsons say they got nowhere when they tried to get immediate help. That's because the company didn't offer any kind of live phone support. Email was the only option.
And within the 20 minutes that we sent the email, somebody had done 110 different transactions, sending out about 21 Bitcoin.
In all, the hackers stole some $700,000 of the couple's savings. They're not the only ones. As CNBC reported in August, cryptocurrency holders across the country have been victimized by hackers who drain their accounts. And then they can't even get anyone on the phone to resolve the issue. Coinbase said in August that it had finally set up a phone number for customers to call if their account had been taken over. But that doesn't seem to be fixing the problem. Customers told us the live support was useless, a joke, and it was only for accounts that are actively locked. So we wanted to see what would happen when the Richardsons called Coinbase's new customer support line.
I'm going to call and see if I can get my account finally unlocked. And maybe should I ask if will give me my money back?
A Coinbase agent does answer.
Well, I got locked out of my account about 2 months ago, and I haven't been able to get back in. Somebody stole 21 Bitcoin out of it.
The agent tells Richardson he actually doesn't have access to his case file, instead saying he should respond to a Coinbase email he'd already responded to. A Coinbase spokesperson says, "We recognize the challenges some of our customers have experienced with their Coinbase accounts. Improving our customer experience continues to remain a top priority." Eric says his big regret is not doing more to safeguard his Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink before the theft, which he thinks happened because that text alert was likely a phishing attack to steal his information. One option he considered but didn't follow up on was a hardware device used for cold storage of cryptocurrencies.
I beat myself up every day because I have my friends' voices in my head. Eric, put it on cold storage, and I just didn't.
Nicole DeSico, who helps clients secure their cryptocurrency, says cold storage is virtually hack-proof. You get a private key, which is like a password, to buy and sell crypto, and you store that key offline.
When you keep your funds in cold storage, you own those funds, you have access to them, they're offline, away from hackers.
Of course, the problem with even that solution is owners can lose their passwords, or something can go wrong with the device itself. As far as the Richardsons, soon after our interview, Coinbase restored access to their account. They also received a credit from Coinbase, but nowhere near what they lost. Just $500 worth of Bitcoin.
Oh, it felt like they kicked sand in my face. That's what made me think, is there even anybody senior at Coinbase looking at this?
Coinbase told the Richardsons it won't refund their savings because the company was not responsible for the hack. Customers have filed more than...
So there you have it. Tip of the day. Make sure that your password isn't like your wife's name and her date of birth. Make sure it's a string of letters and numbers that are random. Throw in a $sign, throw in a period, throw in a dash, something like that. So make sure that passwords are secure. And then also, if you have 21 Bitcoin, I would move them into a cold storage wallet for sure. something like Michael McLean, the Ledger Nano, or the Trezor. Trezor is the one that I use, and that's where I have the majority of cryptocurrencies stored. That way, if somebody even does attempt to hack my Coinbase, they'd get probably about, yes, exactly, something like that. Maybe it would still be probably about 20% of my portfolio, but still, it's better than losing 700,000, which was 70% of that guy's portfolio. So make sure that you, even something as sophisticated as Coinbase, you make sure that never reply to any of those text messages that you know, sign in here, whatever it says on text or email or any of that, to keep your investments, keep your cryptocurrency, and keep all of that secure. Yeah, this has happened to a couple people, but it's mainly because their account was stolen due to a phishing attack. So what they got is they got a text message that said, are you trying to access, somebody's trying to access your Coinbase, click here to sign in and make sure everything's okay. And then when you click there, they get your password, and then they change your password and all of that. The best way to invest in cryptocurrencies, obviously, are those exchanges. So Coinbase, Webull, Qcoin, whatever exchange, Binance, whatever exchange you like to use. And then if you do have a large amount of your portfolio in there, then just move it to a cold storage. Are you planning on trading that every single day, or are you holding it for the long term? If you're holding it for the long term, then just put it in cold storage, like one of those Trezor or Ledger Nanos, because even if the device does break, you can recover your Bitcoin using that seed code that they give you. So that's the tip of the day.
Oh yeah.
Make sure don't leave your crypto on an exchange, and then don't reply to text messages asking you to sign in. So there you have it. Next article. This new Dogecoin and Shiba Inu knockoff coin is up 1,000% today. Let's see it. The new Dogecoin and Shiba Inu knockoff cryptocurrency SHIBX has skyrocketed more than 1,000% over 24 hours, leading to press time at Monday night. SHIBX is up 1,049% during the last 24 hours, trading at many decimals, 4148 at press time. The altcoin has surged 1,017% against Apex cryptocurrency Bitcoin, and also gained 1,035 against Ethereum. The new token, which was launched on October 10th, operates on the Binance Smart Chain and has a trading volume of 2.26 million during the last 24 hours. Continue. SHIBX says on its website that it's the first rebased token that passively rewards in Shiba Inu. The project behind SHIBX retweeted a post on Twitter on Monday that it's been listed on CoinMarketCap as well as CoinGecko and currently has more than 6,000 holders. The 2-day-old token is the second biggest earner among all cryptocurrencies during the last 24 hours. So SHIBX, if you're looking for listening to these, a friend wants me to invest 500. Can you advise me if I invest 500? That's a good question. If you invest $500 in Bitcoin right now, they're saying it might go up to 100,000, which I see happening by the end of the year. So 500, if you get in at 50,000 per coin, you'll double your money. But I don't know about $8,000. You might have to invest in a couple of other cryptocurrencies. Unless you're trading like 3x futures or Bitcoin futures or something like that, then possibly yes, you could get $8,000 back. Depends on whether or not you trust your friend investing that money. So SHIB is the cryptocurrency. If you're looking for a wild ride and some crazy risk, there's the coin for you. SHIB, traded on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. Next article. Alibaba scores 24% winning streak as low valuation lures buyers. So Alibaba has been on one of my likely buys. I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet just because of all the bad news coming out of China. But they've been up 24% because people see value in the company at this point. Let's see the article. Alibaba Group holding strong share price recovery hit a pause on Tuesday on concerns of rising bond yields, reversing some of the 24% gain in the last 4 sessions. Continue. The stock slumped 3.9% in Hong Kong. Let's see what it's at right now. Alibaba. Trading at 162, down about 0.62%. The overall stock market is down at this point. So Alibaba is still on a potential buy for me, but not yet. The news coming out of China is not the best at this time. Next article. China starts inspection of financial regulators and state banks. So they're moving from, what was the last thing? Gaming that they did a crackdown on. Now they're moving to banks. Make sure that everything is kosher. Let's see the article. Good morning, Eric. Christopher, did your friend invest in SHIB? China is inspecting the nation's financial regulators, biggest state-run banks, insurers, and bad debt managers for the first time in 6 years to root out corruption in its $54 trillion financial system. They might be about 6 years too late. Continue. Sean Phillips, if you're interested, you can go to Let's Check the Market Instagram. We've got some videos on there. A team led by the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection will start a 2-month anti-graft check of the China Banking and Insurance Regulatory Commission and accept complaint reports from whistleblowers until December 15th, according to a statement late Monday. CBIRC Chairman Gu Shuqing said the move is a reflection of the Communist Party's focus on financial regulation and told his staff that cooperation with inspectors will be their top priority now. So it'll be interesting to see how this all unfolds. There is another company in China, what were they called? Fantasia Property Management. So it's not just Evergrande, but Fantasia that now missed a bond payment. So it seems like there are some ripples that are moving through the Chinese real estate sector there. Be interesting to see how all of that unfolds. Continue. He'd invested in Reef Coin. He's from Nigeria. SHIB. Well, I'd be interested to see what happens with that over the next couple of days. Next. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon questions the 21 million Bitcoin cap. Let's see it. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of the largest U.S. bank, took another jab at Bitcoin bulls on Monday, alleging that the cryptocurrency may not be limited in quantity. I just challenged the group to one other thing. How do you know it ends at 21 million? Did you read all the algorithms? You guys all believe that? I don't know. I've always been a skeptic of stuff like that, said the JP Morgan CEO. The price of Bitcoin was hovering around 57,000 as of Monday morning. Where are we at on cryptocurrency right now? 54? Somewhere around there? Still 57. 57,072. Dimon was questioning the key basis of Bitcoin at 21 million coin cap that gives the asset the appeal of a controlled supply, but the Bitcoin code clearly notes that the maximum number of coins is 21 million. In theory, the open source nature of Bitcoin code would allow for changes to that cap, but it would require sign-off from a large share of Bitcoin nodes that host and run the software. The The 21 million coin cap serves as a major pillar of the cryptocurrency's value proposition, making it unlikely that the community would ever move to change that. It's still interesting. I never thought of that. But it is true that if they all signed off on it, they could mint more Bitcoin. Continue. Yes, JP Morgan and Charles Schwab, they still have, they're still some of the largest financial institutions in the US. I actually just found out that Charles Schwab also moved their headquarters out of California, which I thought is interesting. Yeah. All the more reason to buy the Bitcoin ETF when it comes out. They should be approved. There should be a couple approved by the end of the month. By the end of this month and beginning of next month. There's about 4 of them that the SEC might be approving. That's what I heard. Continue. Okay, sorry. The CEO remarks his commentary from May when he compared the rising asset class to the business of banking weed. My own personal advice to people is stay away from it. That does not mean the clients don't want it. This goes back to how you have to run a business. I don't smoke marijuana, but if you make it nationally legal, I'm not going to stop our people from banking it. Although JP Morgan Chase is not offering crypto custody at the moment, the bank is toying around with blockchain technologies through its Onyx business. The bank is building up a network that it has started using to trade smart contracts with other banks. Next. Where's XRP? XRP 110. Down a little bit from this weekend. It was at 118 at one point. I saw. Is this upstart retailer the next great investment in coffee? Is it? Let's see. Wall Street has come out with a highly caffeinated outlook for newly minted public company Dutch Bros. Ticker symbol BROS. Shares of the upstart coffee retailer exploded nearly 13% to $48 on Monday. Let's see where they're at. $48 still, after investment banks initiated mostly coverage on the company after a successful late September IPO. 5 analysts initiated coverage with ratings equivalent to buys, despite shares being up more than 85% since the Dutch Bros September 15th IPO. The highest price target on Dutch Bros is $60, as shared by Jeffrey analyst Andy Barish and Piper Sandler's Nicole Miller-Reagan. I like this coffee company. I think they're doing a great job. Continue. These highly attractive returns are underlying unit growth that will exceed 25% for the short term for company-owned units and mid-teens long-term on the way from less than 500 location to a total addressable market of 4,000 plus. The growth algorithm of 20% plus earnings before income and taxes. Growth is industry-leading and we think will compound significantly and predictably over time. Barish was among several analysts calling out the potential of Dutch Bros to reach 4,000 locations over time, up from 471 or so today. They should bring one to Pittsburgh. The Jefferies analyst also gave Dutch Bros high marks for its ESG efforts, an element increasingly becoming important to institutional investors. Next. There it is.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Next. We can go to the next one. After dollar bond default, Chinese developer Fantasia said it will fix its finances. Maybe a little too late. What they did is they hired an American consulting firm to help them with their finances. I don't understand how auditors didn't catch this. Probably because there was a ton of bribery going on. Continue. Fantasia Holdings, the real estate developer whose surprise default this week caused a sell-off in US dollar bonds of many Chinese property companies, said Friday that it's working with the support of local governments and others to resolve its problems. Financial markets in mainland China reopened Friday after a week-long public holiday. Prices of Fantasia's yuan-denominated bonds plummeted when they resumed trading on the Shanghai Stock Exchange. So the ripples from the Evergrande saga, which we've covered before, are reaching other property developers in China. China has about a $7 trillion real estate market. So it'll be interesting to see if this is going to hit others, or if the Chinese government now starting to look at regulating banks, and others are stepping in to stop this. Next article. We can go to the next one. Fastenal third quarter. So third quarter earnings kicking off this week. A ton of banks. We're going to have some banks tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday that'll report earnings. And then Fastenal today. I was interested to take a look at Fastenal because Fastenal was, when I worked in the oil field, a company that we used a lot for all sorts of supplies that we needed. So the sales are up just a little bit. They beat the estimates. Earnings per share are in line with estimates, which is good, but it shows that there wasn't significant growth with Fastenal. So I'm interested to see how third quarter earnings shake out over the next couple of days. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. Banks are going to be reporting over the next couple of days. So I think JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs is Friday, I believe. JP Morgan might actually be tomorrow with Citigroup and a couple of others. We can go to the next article. Bill Gates-backed renewable energy company has skyrocketed on the New York Stock Exchange debut after SPAC merger. Let's see it. ESS Inc., the Bill Gates, so the ticker symbol is GWH. The Bill Gates-backed battery maker went public on the New York Stock Exchange on Monday after completing a slated business combination with special purpose acquisition company Acon S2 Investment Corp. The company stock surged 21.16% on the first day of trading. GWH, let's take a look. It's up 61% today. 61%. The company stock surged 21.16% on the first day of trading. The SPAC deal is expected to bring proceeds of $308 million through the SPAC deal. Good morning, gorgeous whales. So $10 million in volume, $16.87 per share for GWH. I think this is interesting. Continue. The Oregon-based company earlier attracted investments totaling $57 million. ESS hopes to sidestep the use of lithium and cobalt in its manufacturing process by using iron, salt, and water, and looks to solve one of the most pressing issues in renewable tech by harnessing wind and solar energy when the wind isn't blowing and the sun isn't shining. How are they going to do that? Gates, who founded Microsoft, has made several investments into the clean energy space. So I'm going to research this company a little bit more. GWH is the ticker symbol. ESS Energy. Be interesting to see what kind of tech they're using. I think it's interesting that they're not using lithium because lithium mining isn't the friendliest. So if ESG is important to them, lithium mining might not be the best. But if they don't use lithium, we'll see what happens. So this might be one you want to put on your watch list. Take a look at, research a little bit, see if it's something you're interested in after the hype dies down a little bit. Continue. If you want to trade this one today, maybe we might be able to make some money. GWH is the ticker symbol. So if you want to day trade that one, there's some stonks tips for you. Also, old-fashioned stonks.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Next. Earnings are headed for an all-time high if supply chain and staffing woes don't get in the way. Looks like they're already in the way. So it'll be interesting to see, like I said, what happens with earnings over the next couple of days. Next. Corporate earnings reached a record in the first half of 21, and analysts expect that the rest of the year will add up to yet another record breaker. They might be disappointed. There are some concerns about that path, however, namely the issues that industries are experiencing as staffing shortages impact the supply chain, which could hurt the ability of retailers to get enough goods to sell to consumers this holiday season. As earnings seasons kick off this week, analysts expect that S&P earnings will increase 27.6%. They're talking about these shortages and all that stuff during the holiday season. I saw an article that a while back we reported that Home Depot had got its own cargo ship to ferry cargo back and forth, and it's a smaller one. So it's not one of those huge ones that you need to go to a major port. You can go to smaller ports. Now Walmart and Target have done the same. So I don't know if we're going to see all these shortages they're talking about, but it looks like companies are innovating and they're getting their own ships. So Walmart, Target, and Home Depot have all got smaller ships that they can bring to smaller ports to offload them. So I thought that was interesting. But it'll be interesting to see what Q3 earnings are going to be like. I'm obviously geeking out about it. Next. FTX US launches NFT market. Users can trade and mint Solana NFTs. Ethereum support is on the way. So FTX, one of the exchanges, the crypto exchanges here in the US, has launched an NFT market. And you can get some NFT frogs, crypto frogs, punk frogs, whatever they call them. Let's see it. On Monday, FTX US announced the launch of its marketplace for non-fungible token assets. FTX explained that the marketplace will feature Solana-based NFTs, but support for Ethereum-based NFTs is coming in the near future. West Realm Shire Services, the parent company of FTX, revealed on Monday that the US-based regulated cryptocurrency exchange has launched the NFTs marketplace. The market will give FTX US users the ability to mint NFTs as well as transfer the digital collectibles. The announcement published on October 11th indicates that the market will initially host Solana minted non-fungible token assets. In the near future, NFTs plan to implement Ethereum support as well. So Solana, good news for Solana if you're in it. So that's good. Let's go over these stocks to research for today. That was the last one, right, Brennan? Okay. Got a couple of for you there. So this weekend, I took a long look at General Motors because of all the news that came out last week about their growth plans and everything that they have planned for the future. So General Motors, if you don't know, designs, builds, and sells trucks, crossovers, cars, and automobile parts worldwide. They've got they provide financing through GM Financial. They build Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, GMC, and in Australia, Holden. They also own Opel in... they might not own Opel anymore. I think they still own Opel in Europe. Vauxhall, I think, is GM as well in Europe. So this I just added to my list of potential buys. I'll probably be buying a long-term call option with the intent of executing it if price continues to go up. If not, I'll buy stock when it goes down. I think this could be a good long-term play, especially over the next 5 to 10 years. So that is my term for this. It's like 5 to 10 year term. So this is a very long-term play. Long-term goals, especially with their long-term goals, and Mary Barra at the head. She really seems, so the CEO of GM is called Mary Barra, and she really seems like she's invested in the company's success. So with a lot of these big companies, what you see is that the CEO most of the time is only there for the paycheck. He's there for his stock options and his money, and it doesn't really matter, what happens to the company. They're going to try and do fancy accounting to push the stock up, do all of these things that they can do. But it doesn't really seem about innovation, where Mary Barra is about innovation. It really seems like she's invested in the company and she's not just there for a paycheck. And she's really done a turnaround on the company. I think she came on board in 2014. So there are risks, chip shortage, all the things that we're hearing, which might not be good for the short term, but long term, I think GM might do really well. The price to book value is at 1.7x, and the PE ratio is at 6.77x, which is way lower than Tesla, which is at like over 400 for price to earnings. And it's even below Ford in terms of like book and PE ratio values. So what I'm most likely going to do is I'm going to buy 2 January 20th, 2023, $60 call options, which would be the equivalent of 200 shares if executed. So that's what I'm looking at doing with General Motors, and that's low risk. So the ticker symbol is GM. Then I've got 2 others here. I've got Bionanogenomics, life sciences instrumentation company in the genome analysis space. Appointed a new chief commercial officer with tons of experience. So this company has been on our list to watch before, on our watch list before. This morning, I saw that Bionanogenomics is going to acquire BioDiscovery for a consideration of up to $100 million. So it's looking like they're buying another company. That's why I looked at it again. This is high risk. So it might be a good risky long-term play. It has been on Wall Street Bets before. So I think this might be a good long-term high-risk play if you're interested in that. Take a look at it, research it. BNGO, Bionanogenomics. So that's good news for that since it's been on our list before. Then another high-risk, CLOV, Clover. Clover's been on our high-risk list before. Now Clover is back on the Wall Street Bets. Oh, it's only up 1.49%. But there is a lot of volume. Man, they were really pushing that this morning. Anyways, keep a look at it. Keep an eye on it. See if that's something that you might want to trade. Clover. I'm surprised it's only... I thought that it was going to cruise for sure. But it's been up over the last couple of days, so people are probably taking their profits off the table. It's been up from 725 to 825 for the last 5 days. Man, they were really talking it up. Well, that was a fail. So Clover might not be the one. Still take a look at it. They've mentioned it a lot on Wall Street Bets. So if you want to make a quick buck, that might be one that you can get into. Especially if there's a lot of talk about it. Looks like the boys didn't come through on this one. There's still a couple more companies that I'm taking a look at. And I will get you some opinions on those soon. Awesome. Well, that was it for today. If you would like to invest in Revival today, you can do so. We're building a church. We're reaching the nation on television. We're going to have a television specials on various stations here soon, coming soon. So if you'd like to invest in that, I guarantee you, this is just from me personally, the investments that I've made in the kingdom of God have always paid me more than even investments that I've made in the stock market. So if you'd like to do that today, Revival Today is excellent ground to plant your seed in. And you can do so by doing #donate on Facebook and then the amount. You can text RT to 50155 and go to Cash App, $RTGive, Venmo @RTGive, revivaltoday.com/PayPal if you prefer PayPal. We also accept cryptocurrencies. You can scan that code, and if there's any cryptocurrencies that you would like to donate that are not there when you scan the code, call our office 412-446-2332, and I'd be happy to help you out with the donation of SHIB or Shiba or any other cryptocurrency you'd like to give. We also accept checks. P.O. Box Revival Today, P.O. Box 7, Prosperity, Pennsylvania, 15329. Then don't forget to claim your offer. revivaltoday.com/. What are we going to do for the offer today? What do you guys think? Check the market shirt. Look at that. Beautiful. We'll give that away if you would like it. Like to show everybody that you're a Check the Market super fan. Donate today, claim your offer. We'll send that to you. Don't forget to follow us on Let's Check the Market. And then don't forget to tune in at 11 a.m. today for Revival Today Live with Evangelist Jonathan. At 4 p.m. live with Maddie. And then check the news tonight, 10 p.m. Morning prayer tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. with Kofi. And I'll be back with you at 9:20 a.m. Go out there, make some money today. Let's see where the market's at. One last time. Looks like it's trading mixed. Just kidding. It's all in the red. We'll see where it ends up today. Go out there, make some money today, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day.